2, 1.
And welcome to Frequency and Friends. We are back for another episode, and we have the man of the hour. If you've turned on your phone, if you've looked on YouTube, you've been to a party lately, you know the vehicle for sure. And now we got the face here. We got the one and only Babbu.
What's good?
What up?
How's it going,
Babbulicious.
everybody? Thank you for
Babbulicious, yeah. And of course, we got my co-host with me. We got j-statik to the left of me.
What's going on?
Jyoti Dillon to the left of him.
Yes, sir.
We got DJ KSR to the right, and of course, my main man, DJ M.
What's up?
What's up, boys? Everybody feeling good?
Hell yeah.
We got a nice audience today too.
Yes,
Definitely.
we do. Yes, we do, man. We appreciate the support, and of course, the men behind the lenses, Lucid Films, Cam, and he just told me his name a little while ago. I'm
Just
so sorry.
Gun.
Just Gun.
Just.
There we go. It's the drinks, man. We had to drink a lot before this. Babbu, we got you in the room.
What's good?
You're highly I don't know the word. I'm lost for it, but highly wanted.
Demanded.
I would say demand. Yeah, I had. But two people called me on the way here.
Wow.
Can I get an interview with Babbu? I said, hell no. It's an exclusive. We got it.
This is it. This is the only one. And then
This is the only
then
one.
the next project, if something happens, then we'll see. Then
There we go. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Gaddi Red Challenger.
Yeah. Yeah. Go. What's up? What's up?
I want to know the. Sorry to cut you off, but I want to know just the mindset of the track. Did you write this track? Did you just punch in on the mic? What happened?
Yeah. So in like 2 years ago, I went to pick up my friends who live in Brampton, and I was just waiting for them outside, and literally their neighbor had a red Challenger, and I've seen this like a lot of Desi guys with Challengers, and I was just like, all right. And usually what I do is like if I'm alone, I'm just like I'll make an IG story and I'm just like wing something, and that came to mind, and people were like, yo, that's so jokes. Post. I usually just post something on like an IG story, then people are like, post it, I want to show it, I want to share it, this is this, and then I posted it, and then it went crazy, and then I posted on TikTok, they went crazy there, and then that was kind of it. And I told my friend Bodge, who's from South Carolina.
Shout outs Bodge.
Yeah.
We met him.
Do you know him?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
met him in I think South Carolina.
Yeah, he's a young guy, good guy. He's been producing for a minute, and he just sent me like a really like simple 45-second thing, and on my nightly walks, I would just listen to the thing and just laugh to myself and make up lyrics.
Nice.
That's jokes.
So those that don't know, Gaddi Red Challenger is basically a Dodge Challenger, and they are huge in Brampton. We actually make them in Brampton at the Chrysler plant. The Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger. It's got kind of a stamp name on it for a lot of the students that come from Punjab here. They love that car, muscle car. I guess there's a fascination with that, and they're everywhere. Anywhere you go in Brampton.
I think
You'll
they're everywhere,
see it.
man. Just across the board.
Yeah, and
They're everywhere. I just feel like the Punjabis and like specifically Canada have gone crazy with it. Like
Yeah.
every Desi has one.
yeah, there's like a few meme pages that I follow, and they're like a lot of Atlanta. They show like people just like Hellcat is like if you're a cool guy, you have a Hellcat. Or Challengers like so.
And what's amazing to me is that, you know, the song is catchy when you hear it, but then you see some of these reaction videos from some of these parties you guys have probably seen at like banquet hall, wedding parties, and they turn this song on and everybody knows the words, everybody's dancing to it. It's just like one of those phenomenons that just blow up and has gone viral.
It's kind of like Gangnam Style when Gangnam Style came
That's-
out, but for like
yeah.
art. Like I was at a first birthday a couple days ago, and like somebody like, "Can you play Red Challenge?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, I'm down." Like the dance floor was kind of dead, right? After whatever, like maybe this will get people on. And I threw it on, like everybody was just like, Brampton,
Yeah,
Richmond. I'm like, this
That's
is sick.
crazy.
Me and SP just came back from Mexico, and I think we played it maybe 15 times
Damn.
throughout the week.
Crazy.
Whether it was hanging out or during their Sangeet reception.
Yeah, I was at a wedding on Friday. Same thing. I played 3 times.
I was at my own family's friggin' first birthday party, and there's 4 guys on the floor. 1 guy requested it, and then 10 guys show up. It's crazy.
As
Good for you,
DJs in the room, what do you guys think it is about the song that just clicks with people?
Brampton,
That's it, man. It's a
That's it.
Brampton anthem. There's B-Town by Sidhu Moosewal and then Babbu Gaddi Red Challenger.
right
But the
after
thing
it,
is,
eh?
like most of the people that are like around the world are like, yo, I've never been to Brampton. I've never like seen a Challenger, but I want both now, right? Like, I want to be in Brampton. Like, so I mean, the thing is that the joke that I'm making is that like, it's a modular song where you can throw any city in any car.
Just like London or Patola at the end, Dubai.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You throw all that.
But
into
like,
it,
so like when I did that first clip on Instagram, then I did one when I was in BC. I did Sari Vich Munda Rainda, and then out there they drive like pickup trucks a lot.
Yeah.
So I just said white pickup truck, and then people were laughing at that, and that was that.
Yeah,
that
you can
went
just
crazy.
fill in the slot with the
and then,
city and the vehicle.
And then I was in New York last year, and then I said New York Vich Munda Rainda, and they said Gaddi Yellow Cab.
Yeah, that's how.
And then again, that's like one of my most viewed or liked, like video on Instagram. So like
nice. And was the process of recording, like you obviously on your nightly walks, you came up with the lyrics, you kind of put the song together. Did you made it with j-statik?
So yeah, well, I've actually I was hounding JJ for like 6 months.
He didn't answer your phone, let me guess.
No, he didn't. And then like I wanted it would have been cool if it was like a summer jam, like summer song.
100%.
But whatever, it didn't work out that way. But I recorded it with Fateh. I went to his house, we were hanging out, and I just recorded it there. And I had like I was looking at when he sent it to me. It was like I think it was like January 2021 when I recorded the thing.
Oh wow.
Or wait, sorry, maybe like December 2021 because the 2022 is when JJ and I.
So it's a year ago you had this song.
Yeah, like I had the beat like a year and a half before that. Then I recorded it, and then with JJ, like we finally made it happen. I came here, we did it in like a day and a half, and then
So those TikToks and stuff you were talking about, that was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, the first one was October or September 2020.
Wow.
And like the thing is, I did it as a joke, and since then I just make content regardless. So like it wasn't like a priority. Like, all right, I need to get this song done. It was just more like I'm making like videos and content already, and this will just fit in whenever it fits.
And
in.
nobody could have ever told you it was going to become what it did.
I don't know. Like I didn't expect it to do anything more than what it is doing now. But like I said, I had the first version, and then we brought it to JJ, and then even when we were making it, he was kind of like, yeah, all right, that's fine. Like he's like,
It's catchy, yeah.
No, I don't even think he reacted in like a way like, oh, this is good.
But I can't react while making songs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard.
So that's the thing. So then I sent it to a few of my friends, like, yo, this actually slaps. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then by the Lord's will, it like did its thing. So, and again, I'm not a singer. I'm not like, like a performing artist or anything like that.
I'd say contrary to that,
Beg to
you
differ
are
type
both
deal.
actually from what I know of you, but we'll get into some of that later. How did the video come about? Because that is super interesting to me. You are I don't know if I want to call you a videographer, but like you're in the whole video world. You shoot your own videos and all that.
Like I would say just like I'm in the film
Producer,
world. It's a more
editor, what
snobby way to
would
say
you
it, the film world.
categorize yourself as?
Just like like film cinema.
You do more corporate stuff as well.
Yeah, corporate stuff. Like I've done we've done videos, like from YouTube to corporate gigs to music videos to like short films. Like since like 2011. Like it's been kind of, and JJ's been on a few projects that we've done together. So like, it was like. I think I was trying to figure out how to go about doing the video as well. It was like, do I put on the character of like a Brampton guy and just like be over eccentric and like have like the flashy cars and the big house and just play that role? Or do I just be myself and have fun with my friends? And that was kind of, I preferred that direction more because like, I play characters, but it was something where it's like, I have to really lean in to play a character, or I can just be fun and silly, be myself. So.
I also think you're when you have to play characters, you're not for the most part, from what I've seen, you haven't been like the lead, or you're not like in the forefront. Like even with Rajan and BB and all that stuff, you're still in the back. Even though they're in the whatever. But with this, you're like in the forefront. Yeah. And do you want to play a role when you're in the forefront?
Yeah. And exactly, that's a perfect thing. Like if I played the character, like the tie jacket character, that type of guy, like then I would have to be that every single time the song comes on. Yeah. Now where it's just myself and I'm like just silly and goofy, like you
get to be that.
I just get to own that and be happy with that.
There's a couple shots in the video I wanted to ask you about. I can't tell if you're actually in the car or if it's kind of edited. It looks like
epic.
a toy car. Like what was that all about? And
I rented a Challenger. I wanted to get a bright, like literally like this cup colored red. The closest was like maroon. I was like, this works, I guess. And then so I had the car actually, and we shot a lot with it. But when we finished shooting, I was like, oh, cool, I have enough. Like, I storyboarded the heck out of this video, but I guess there's some parts where I just like with most music videos, you just shoot a bunch, then you find the edit afterwards. A lot of it I had synced up like through like storyboarding. Like already I knew what I wanted to do. So I left the rest to chance. And then as I was editing, I'm like, shit, I need more stuff with this car.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, do I rent it again, or do I do this? Do I do that? And then it just clicked to me. I'm like, let me just get this toy car, and I got one literally off Amazon, and then just played with it. Like I shot. This might be too technical, but like I had it on like a rig, and then behind it had my iMac, and then I had just like scenes of whatever it is film like playing in the background.
That is
and
so awesome.
Record the camera. Sorry, I'll record the car. And like the background, instead of having like green screen, it's like literally the background.
The IMAX screen.
That's crazy.
I thought it was green screen.
But then what he does after is even fucking crazier.
Yeah, and then I filmed myself in just like my car, and then I cropped.
No way.
Then I cropped myself into that thing, so like the shadows are kind of accurate. And
I
like,
thought it was like Honey, I Shrunk the Babbu.
Dude,
And you
I
put him in
watched
there
it so
type of
many
thing,
times,
yeah.
and I tried to figure out how you did
I
that.
laughed. I sent him, I'm like, yo, your green screen is whack. Like, jokes whack. And he's like, it's funny, but I didn't green screen. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, I was like,
How'd you do
technically all of it was in camera.
That's
right?
crazy.
Like, and then just like cutting it in. And
That is super
So
creative,
sad.
and it looks super cool with the way that it all set up,
yeah.
man. That's awesome.
And like all the boys in the video, Jappy,
Yeah,
Douchey,
Shout out
Yeah.
Jasmeet
Dish.
Singh.
Dish.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're not shy to the camera. You're not shy to making videos. I want to take it way back to Harmon the Hater days. That's your older brother.
Yeah.
Shout out Harmon.
I'm guessing. So he was the first one that kind of got in front of the camera, and he's kind of. I wanted you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but the originator in my eyes of one of the first guys that jumped on YouTube.
100%. Probably the first.
For sure. It was me,
Punjabi.
my brother, and
Yeah, Punjabi
Humble.
guy. Sorry.
Yeah.
And Humble Boy, Gunwar.
Yeah.
We used to hang out and like go to like this is like I don't know 2007 maybe 8, and we just go to the mall or whatever, and like my brother and Gunwar would have like always interesting conversations, and like Gunwar was like, yo, we should just film this one day, and then they did, and then it was funny, and then we did it for a certain amount of time, and yeah.
He was rapping then, Humble.
He was just starting at that point. Like it was like he was doing both, and then
Were you guys already familiar with cameras, or you just kind of picked it up and learned?
no, even then, like I remember we just had like Canon PowerShot, like
The point shoot
Yes.
ones?
yeah, the point and shoot.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Again, this was at a time where like YouTube really like rare like didn't exist the way it does now. So like any information or like knowledge on how to shoot was so like scarce, right? Even like how to edit or how to film, like any of it, like all that was just like this is impossible. I must have to go to like 5 years of school to figure this out.
Yeah.
Right. So I just had like a crappy camera, and then we like edited on like Sony Vegas or something, and I don't
Shout
know,
out
it was-
Sony Vegas.
yeah, right? Like
And then
yeah.
transferring from there, like that obviously became a big hit, and it was so relatable for people like us that are watching. You see somebody that looks like you, that's an Indian guy that's on YouTube, and you guys fast forward from there, like just there's so many avenues that you guys took. Like you were a big part of JusReign's come up with all the videos that he did.
Yeah.
I know everybody's wondering where the hell is JusReign? What rock is he hiding under?
He's dead. He is just been working on like his own projects. He has like some things in the works.
Nice video stuff, YouTube stuff.
I think it's more like
Commercial stuff.
like a show. I think it's more like a
Nice.
show.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I get that question asked. There's 3 questions, or there's been 2 questions I've been asked. One is where's JusReign? Second is where's the tie jacket?
Yeah.
Now the third is where's your Red Challenger?
you gotta buy a Red Challenger, and I feel like
Well, I
by
have the
default,
toy
you
one,
gotta
so
get
maybe
one.
I just like
Walk
jam
around
it
with
onto
it.
a keychain and be like, hey, here's
Song does big enough,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
Dodge comes after.
I mean, tie jacket and JusReign, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
That tie jacket, where the hell did you get it from?
Ask JJ. I'm sure he remembers, but
You were with him?
well, no.
He
So
doesn't remember.
it's Harmon's. It's my
Yeah.
brother's.
Oh, okay.
So back in the day, during like they went to McMaster together.
Funky
And-
Monkeys.
Yeah, what was Club 77 or something?
77.
Yeah. So in the early 2000s, like those NASCAR jackets were like a fashion trend. It was like a thing to have. like when you had, you're like, oh shit, that guy's, you know, doing this, doing that. And I remember my brother got the Tide one, and it wasn't for any specific reason other than like, I think the ones in stores were like the Home Depot one, or like I think a Crown Royal one, and then that M&M ones was like the most common one. And he ordered it online. This was like before ordering online was like where you trusted. It was just like scary. So he ordered that. At that time as well, like getting 3XL was the smallest size you get, right? And then he used to rock it at clubs. He picked up girls with it, which was jokes.
And it
then,
worked?
Yeah. Like it was just like a thing to have. And then I remember with Jasmeet, we were like, and we had like all these old clothes just like sitting there. And then when we were shooting, that first video was I think the Most Annoying Brown Guys. And he's like, yo, what outfits do you have? Like what like gangster clothes do you have? And I was like, all right, I have this, I have that, I have an LRG jacket here. And then I was like, I have this. Like, all right, yeah, let's do that. And then I put it on, and that was it. Literally, it wasn't like planned. It wasn't like anything more than that. It
just took over. Like that tie jacket. If you ask anybody, like you said about Babbu, the tie jacket for me, it's the first thing that comes to mind.
I actually checked on Reddit just like for jokes, and there's people posting pictures of you on Reddit, like, where can I get this jacket from?
Wow. That's crazy.
Does it ever kind of sink in how much of a phenomenon, even with this track and some of the stuff you've done before, like when you go out, do you understand how big of a person you become?
Well, the thing is, like for me, similar as we're talking, like I kind of like being behind the scenes a little bit more. I kind of like doing things where I'm not so like front and forward. With the Jasmeet videos, it was good because he kind of steered the ship, and I was just there. And so all the ideation or like the directing, kind of like he had to think of it all, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'm down to be in it. Obviously I contributed and whatnot to other things, but for the most part I was just kind of like a secondary character. With that, it's kind of like people are always like, hey, you're the guy in JusReighn's videos, and you just have to accept that, yeah, that's what it is, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not my channel, it's his. But people eventually did start noticing me for me. Obviously, there's still the tie jacket guy and stuff like that. But throughout all that, pardon me?
The banda maker.
Yeah, banda maker. And then throughout all that, like I started just creating my own stuff, and then people started noticing me for my own stuff, which
was there ever something that you kind of worked out with JusReign in terms of like the financial part of it, of working, because you were like his side guy that was making a lot of the content and helping shoot it and all that?
Mainly just for the Gita Brothers stuff.
Okay.
That's the stuff that we kind of like
went partners on.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
You guys had the Christmas show with that.
Yeah. JJ was throughout all that.
We're about to hear all those songs in the next 2 months.
You toured with that, right?
Toured through friggin' all of England and me and Babbu drove a van all the way from South London or whatever, mid London, all the way to fucking Scotland, and did a show 4 or 5. Shows.
We started in.
It was London, right?
No, the first city we did was Norway.
Oslo.
Wow.
Then we went to I think we went to London. Then we drove to Scotland. Then we did.
That was the second
and
tour, though.
Did London, Birmingham, Leeds, Scotland, Manchester, and then Scotland.
How were the
was
crowds?
No, we didn't do Leeds. We did Manchester. So it was So the crowds. I'll go by show. So Norway was like a small. It was at like some like small like bar or like a mini like theater / like a cafeteria bar type thing. It was very small. That went well. It wasn't like a lot of people, but it was like a decent amount of people. The next show I think we did Scotland. Scotland was like, was pretty bad. It was like held like 600 people, and it was like I think 150 people were in there. But London, it was 450, and then it sold out. We did it back to back 2 days. So that was great. That was amazing.
Even before that, you guys did Edmonton and Vancouver.
Yeah, the year
I got to
before
come
we
with
did
you.
Edmonton and Surrey.
Oh, that was more like the Canada tour, and then the UK you did separate. Okay.
And then in Birmingham was like 1,000 people. That was insane.
That's crazy.
So it kind of the hype built up show after show.
No, it just depended on the city, right? Like
Birmingham's
I think
obviously huge.
And also like we started like the booking stuff like in October, and we're touring in like December. So venues are booked up, and also you're limited in terms of what you have. So
and figuring out the show as we're doing it, like. Okay, this didn't work. This needs to be fixed. Like you guys were doing a lot of that on stage.
I think by London we were like to a T. We're
Yeah.
good.
You were doing all audio,
lighting,
lighting,
like
okay.
lighting cues, like even lighting cues. We were figuring out
Yeah.
the day of, like, hey, can we put a yellow sun here? That's all I remember.
Who was the team? Was it you, yourself, JusReign, and your brother? I'm imagining.
Chaps, Ricky.
Yeah.
I joined for the.
He was
Vancouver tour.
on the Canada tour.
Yeah.
He was
Grinch.
Grinch. He played a lot of like other
Side
roles.
characters.
A few other people I forgot. Jazzy T, if you remember Jazzy.
Yeah.
T. Sandy was part of it for a minute.
Yeah.
And then there's like a few people from UK that were.
And even from the cities, you guys had like bunkered out teams.
Yeah.
And
And every show we had a local team.
That's awesome,
Kind
man.
of. We like the night before. they would
By the way,
learn
I
it.
have a box of fucking CDs. So in my house.
It was pretty
By the way.
epic, man. Even till now, like I'm sure all of us at family events during Christmas now,
Yeah.
we end up playing those songs. 'cause
Bag-
we have
Yeah.
nothing else to play.
Bagnogg's a banger, man.
Yeah.
We all celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, I mean the thing, like a thing that I don't know if it was something we were doing consciously or just like in the back of our heads or something. It was always like, how do we bring our culture how do we bring the Punjabi culture, which we grew up with, and like, like the modern Western culture, and then how do you just merge those two? And I think like the Christmas stuff, looking back, is more of like, how do you make this culture yours as well, right? Because we all celebrate it and like, or exchange gifts or have family over, but now you have like,
Our
12
version, yeah.
12 Punjabi versions of like the Christmas carol. So
I mean, being on the mic, like we said, and behind the camera, in front of the camera, never been shy. But music has always been something that's been kind of close to you as well. Like, where does your Zoo Babies is something that was huge in my eyes. You guys were phenomenal in terms of rapping. All of you guys. Where did that stem from? What made you want to jump on the mic and become a rapper?
nothing really was, again, all this stuff is always just like, like either Jasmeet does comedy, so we did stuff in that world, or like at that time, Fateh and I were relatively newer friends. So like even then I would go to his house and just like, watch him record or just goof around. And for me, I've always listened to hip hop, like whether like my brother put us on to like hip hop very, very early. So like, whether it's hip hop or like Pink Floyd or Sam Cooke or whatever it is, random stuff, like music has just been something that just listening into I always like variety and different things. So
I feel like a lot of people don't really know Zoo Babies, so explaining who it is and all that.
Zoo Babies was a hip hop group, a collaborative effort that was Babbu, I call him G-Nat. What is it?
Magic.
B Magic. I know. I
Noise.
was just listening to his track on the way here. He's dropping something soon. Fateh, Villa,
Noise,
yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
the God MC,
Yeah.
and J-Statik was producing basically
Yeah.
all of it, right? Did I miss anybody? 5 of you guys.
that was 5, and then Harmon, and you were
Harmon.
kind of just like
just
pretty
helping.
much the dads.
Yeah, the dad. No, it was exciting for me. I was fortunate enough to kind of witness you guys record, perform, and kind of go through the whole thing. It was super exciting because I didn't expect what came out of it. I don't think anybody expected, and the way that you guys would individually go in with J-Statik in his studio. That's when he still had the studio in his house and in the basement, and we would kind of be sitting all in one room. Everybody would just be sitting off in their corners, writing their bars. One by one would go in and work with J-Statik, put it together, and then what came out of it was like, holy fuck, like this is insane what these guys just put together.
Yeah,
That Dinka Chicka track, man, that shit was crazy.
Killer.
I remember, I don't know
Crazy.
why or how, but
Yeah.
I was at that video shoot and I was like, holy shit, like what, the way you guys got the crowd to look in there after, I was like, how the fuck did they do that?
Yeah, that
It's
was
like,
impressive.
it's like
too,
a
that
closed
video.
garment
Yeah.
factory or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of our offices was in there, and like the neighboring office was like essentially like I don't know, used clothes, and it's like it's a warehouse. So like the backdrop kind of looked like a interesting like a warehouse kind of party type thing being thrown.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
And then the idea of doing it black and white and having the stage and each rapper come
And
over.
the blinders.
Yeah.
Yo, the
Yeah.
fact that we got those blinders in there,
Yeah.
I'm still shocked.
Shout outs to Chris. Was that Chris?
Nah, that was Kevin.
Okay.
We asked Fateh while he was here about his take on Zoo Babies and kind of what happened and how it fizzled out and if it could ever happen again. What's your take on it?
I don't. The fizzling out wasn't really like a negative thing, as in like a beef thing. I just think that everybody
Come on,
was.
but let's be real. There's some beef. No, I'm kidding.
No. I feel like everybody had. I think afterwards, like we did a bunch of songs. They just are unfinished, and I think people had other stuff they wanted to work on, and I think that kind of comes naturally. Like once you put something out, like to go back and do something with that's not entirely your own idea can be difficult, right? Or it can be like I don't want to.
But there was also
Yeah.
there was also multiple songs we tried to work on.
Yeah.
And I felt like everyone wanted to do like their own variations of songs.
Yeah.
So some people wanted to do this kind of song, some people wanted to do that kind of song. And
Yeah,
it
that's
just
kind of it, right?
didn't
Like where
really work
if something
sometimes.
if like what you wanted to create didn't really match that song, it was kind of like, yeah, I'd rather just not do it. And I think for us, we wanted every song to have all of us performing on it one way or another. Like we listen to Wu-Tang, like a Wu-Tang album, right?
It was
Like
right on my mind. Like big credit to somebody like RZA who was able to keep like you guys are still like normal guys that can come together in pretty like common sense, but like put these Staten Island guys together and like what from where they come from and RZA being able to keep them together and make what they made. I blame JJ because he should have been RZA.
I tried.
I
I tried, man.
It's tough. At the
It
end
can
of the day,
still
like,
happen.
Everybody has like their own way they want to create, and it can be frustrating if it doesn't align with someone else's. And that at the end of the day, I think it just kind of like.
So still maybe a slight chance that
We tried. I think. It's
not happening.
I
I think everyone's on a different path right now.
I think everybody's like for me. Like I personally don't like going back to the song. Like I never really wanted to be someone who makes music. Like I'm not like I love the idea of it, but to me, you feel when you get older, you get a point where like I should just.
I'm too old to rap.
I'm too old to do this.
Well, every time I eat that vegetable beets, I think of you. So if there's any credit to that.
So I cringe at a lot of the stuff too. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's tough for me to look back.
You guys know what bar I'm talking about, right?
I
I don't remember songs like that.
I eats boys the reason why my poop was purple.
There it is.
It was funny at the time,
That was fire. It still is fire, man. No, shout out to Zoo Babies, man. Let's make a round
for sure,
of applause
100%.
for those guys.
The guys are so great. At JJ's wedding, we were all hanging out, and it was.
There's a reunion. I think
guys should all
at
check
the
it out.
Goat meat party.
Yeah.
Go
If you haven't already, check it out.
Yeah. Moving on to something else that you do. A man, like we said, you try to humble yourself down to like simple behind the camera, but you do so many things. This I don't know much about this, but j-statik told me about it. Rajan and BB, explain that.
I brought him with me, but Rajan and BB was an idea that
Is it BB's bedtime? Can she come out?
she can come out.
All right.
It was an idea. So I used to, like on Snapchat, I would just like make little skits of me like acting as a bratty kid named Rajan, who's like 11 years old, and like a nice 40 BB who's just like is interacting with them. And it's just like the dynamic of like a kid, like a Gen Z kid, and then an old BB, Punjabi BB
That
right?
interact with each other.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I started just doing that, and I wanted to create an animation of it because I like doing the voices, but I just hated acting as a kid, right? Like that was the thing where I was like, or a BB, I didn't want to put a neon and glasses and like.
Oh, by doing it like the reality version.
Yeah, right. Like for like I know like for some of Jasmeet skits, like I played a physical BB. I dressed up as a grand. Like I just don't like doing that. It's a little odd for me, right?
Yeah.
I like doing the voice, but yeah. So I want to do an animation. I tried. Learning animation is like a tough, really uphill battle. So I was like, screw it. And I started watching the Muppet Show a lot randomly. This was like I guess just before COVID. I was like, yo, I should do puppets. This would be great. And then I found some puppets. I customized them, and then
Epic.
Did you make the
You
puppets
customized
yourself?
them?
Yeah.
I there's like some you can just buy that just exist, but then like I customized them. Like
That's crazy.
I
I thought you got them made.
That's crazy.
No, a friend like made some like.
Yeah, let's see these, Rajan and BB.
I love Rajan and BB. I'm always sending
100%. It reminds me of me and my BB, man.
What
I
is
hope not. You're
No, but
dick.
it just come on.
I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, DCS used to do those skits.
Is it me or does Rajan look like Jyoti?
Who's that? Where's my headphones? I want to do a conversation. So yeah,
So you made him?
no, I got the sweater, and then
Nice.
That's awesome.
and then like we gave him a haircut. Like a
Brampton boy.
Brampton
yeah,
boy,
like a Brampton boy haircut a little bit, and then I like darkened his skin with foundation, and then
Oh no way!
So there's some work
That's
that went
crazy.
into Rajan there.
Yo. Have you heard the new Drake song? It's so sick. What I do, I pretend to, because he's like an 11-year-old like Gen Z kid, so I'll have a conversation as if he's a fan of me, and or like he'd be like, "Yo, you're Babbulicious, right? Yo, where's your tie jacket? That's so sick. What happened to JusReign?" Anyways.
That's a reality for you. I'm guessing
Yeah,
every
it's a
event that
reality.
you go to, you run into that, right?
It's a reality.
Yo, no joke though. When BB comes out, I'm
It's
sitting
so
there watching. I'm
wholesome,
like,
bro.
yo, I feel bad for her. She's not
sometimes
even a
it's
real
sad.
person.
Yo, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The Diwali special Rajan and BB when she's just like by herself, it was like, it made me
You're like,
sad. It made me
yo.
sad.
That went insane too. Like, the thing is, like, I kind of like base it off like my grandma
Yo, that koti is sick.
and my mom, but like, they're not as like my BB is a gangster, so like she's not as sporty or like she doesn't really she's not like she if one of us talks shit, she would rock us. But yeah, this is BB.
This is BB. Welcome, BB, to the show.
ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਚਾਲ ਆ ਪੁੱਤ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਂ ਕੀ ਸੀਗਾ ਪੁੱਤ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਬੀਬੀ ਜੀ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁੱਤ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਬੀਬੀ ਪੈਰੀ ਪੈਂਦਾ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁੱਤ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਹਾਏ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਪੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ
ਪੈਗ ਸ਼ੈਗ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਬੀਬੀ
ਲੈ ਬਾਲਾ ਨਾ ਪੀਓ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਸਕੂਲੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਕੁੰਮ ਤੇ ਠੀਕ ਆ
Bring it over into the camera.
There it is.
There you go.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬੀਬੀ ਜੀ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਸਕੂਲ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਕੂਲ ਤੋਂ
ਅੱਛਾ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਕੰਮ ਕੁੰਮ ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ
ਕੰਮ ਤਾਂ ਘੱਟੇ ਕਰਦੇ
ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਜੀ ਕੰਮ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਆ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੰਮ ਤੇ
ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੰਮ ਆ
ਆ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੰਮ ਆ
ਇਹ
ਬੀਬੀ
ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਫਿਰ ਤਾਂ ਚਲੋ ਫਿਰ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਫਿਰ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬੀਜੀ ਬੀਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਕਿਹੜਾ
ਲੈ and yo, my Punjabi is.
Yo, let's give a round of applause.
But
for
yo,
that. Come on,
Yes.
the soft and the
Yeah.
like,
How do you come up
delay?
with that voice? And like, how do you
Yeah.
think about that? Did it take some practice?
It was just like I think how it started was a friend of like we were just like goofing around and like we went to grab food, and he was just like pretending to be. He's like I think he was pretending to be a BB, and he's like what the. And then I was pretending to be Rajan. I was like, I don't want to share my fries. No.
There it
and stuff like that. And it just literally just formed over time. And
So I guess with age, you're growing into things that are kind of geared towards the next generation. It kind of brings me into my next question about something we were discussing before we started. This alphabet book. Is it Punjabi alphabet?
yeah, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, and explain that to us because I'm
I didn't even
super
know you had
interested
that.
in
That's
this.
sick.
Yeah.
So
oops
it was an idea I had in like 2018, and I've been literally working on it just like on the side since then. But the first thing, how it came about was as a joke. I said "Mama Migos," and I started laughing at funny that was. And I said "Uda Lil Uzi Vert," and I started laughing. And I was like, wait, something's here, right? Something's got to be here. So yeah, I've published a sample.
Show this camera right here. Hip hop.
The one and only hip hop Punjabi alphabet book.
Nice.
So
crazy.
it's a way to merge like literally the Punjabi language, Punjabi language and with hip hop artists. So like younger generations who know and maybe can learn Punjabi. Sorry, can speak Punjabi and understand and listen to the music. May not speak it or may not be able to write it or may not be able to understand kind of like.
This is my
world of
page
it.
right here, man. R.I.P. Sassa Sidhu Moosewala right
Yeah.
there, man.
And
Did
then
you see
with-
that on the camera, Cam? Legendary, man.
Yeah, and then pairing up with hip hop is like everybody knows hip hop, everybody listens to, you know.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to, again, it's not like a guide to learn Punjabi. It's more of like, hey, this is a rough, like little
tool.
simple introduction that if you're curious, you know, this might
It's a
be
fun way to learn it.
Yeah.
Well, even
That
what
is
he
awesome.
wrote on the back, tell me if you guys knew this. Punjabi is the 10th most spoken language in the world. Over 120 million people speak it. In addition, hip hop has been one of the most listened to genre of music for many years. I mean, I did not know it was the 10th most spoken language in the world.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's crazy, man. And what a way to bring it to the new generation because it's something that we've discussed quite a bit about the language not getting lost as generations kind of move through and we become Canadianized or Americanized or whatever you want to call it. But to keep the foundation, the language in a way that people can connect to, I think this is
like
fantastic.
Baba
man.
Biggie
Bubba is
Bubba
Big Boy.
Biggie.
I could put
Calm
Outcast
down.
in there, you know?
That's awesome. So where can we get this book? Is it out yet?
So I haven't put it out yet. I've been working on it for like, I was just saying, like 3-4 years. And then the hardest part is finding the letters and then that match, because there's a lot of letters in the Punjabi language that aren't, you can't speak, like they're not English spoken.
Yeah.
So like there's a letter Nga, which is like,
Chief Key.
yeah. Right. And it's funny too. To me, it's hilarious, right? Yeah, there's certain
Nunga,
letters.
could you do Gangnam Style? Would that work?
No, so Nga is like the closest is like the NG sound. So
Yeah.
like I have like young. So like the first
Nunga,
Tata 2 Chainz.
yeah, 2 Chainz, Drake. The thing is, I tried starting with the first letter,
Yeah.
and then if I couldn't get that, then I would find a letter in the word. So like young, there's like you could put the Nga there. So I have young MA.
Is there any sort of clearances that you got to get with certain people?
I
or
don't think so. I mean, I hope not. I feel like it's
Oh, no.
not Nuv, Nav.
Yeah.
I don't know about unique clearance. I mean, it's like an artistic representation. So
Yeah.
I think that's.
It's also sick to have on like, I would buy that and put it on my coffee table because I feel like it's an
100%.
awesome
Yeah.
thing for people to pick up and just.
Conversation
That's
starter,
kind of it.
Yeah.
Really. Like
I feel like it would help me learn Punjabi letters because I don't know any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh, that's super cool. So sorry, what were you saying?
He's taking
You're
that one
still
for his
working
kid.
on it, putting it
no,
together?
so I had my I wanted to put it out this year, and I was gonna go the Kickstarter route because I mean everything I've done has been independent. So like to figure out how to publish it, the easiest way to me was like, okay, I should raise the money. With Kickstarter, it's like an interesting thing where it creates a bigger conversation, I think, as opposed to just putting out a book and saying, hey, pre-order's available.
Yeah.
But if it's a Kickstarter campaign, there's like usually an incentive and word tend to spread a bit more. And I can like talk about it for like the 30, 40 days the campaign is, where like if I talk about it once, or if it's like, hey, it's available for pre-order. And if I keep talking about it, I think it'll just get annoying for people.
Yeah,
like,
for the week or so you
yeah,
got it,
right.
and
And
that's
like,
about it. Yeah.
so yeah, I wanted to put it out in November, just like around nowish, but the song got delayed and it's doing way more than I expected. So Q1, I'm looking into it. Q1.
For the song, if you get like, are you going to be performing it live? Do you think at any point?
Well, yeah, that's the joke.
We're working on that.
Yeah. So JJ's been. So the joke is that like I literally am not a singer or an artist. That like I'm not like a Punjabi singer. Like and for me to like perform a Punjabi song, like there's some people who have like a song and they'll perform like the classics, right? And that's like a great way to still be able to perform and have like a fun time and people like. But for me, my Punjabi is very bad. My Punjabi singing is probably worse. Like understanding Punjabi lyrics is like, look at the lyrics in this song, right? Like what the easiest, like the hardest word is probably like.
Your Punjabi is really bad. I find that hard to believe.
Like I can speak it pretty good. Yeah. Like the enunciation's good, but like my vocabulary rather is like, pretty crap.
Nice.
So like to find words, I'm like, I have no idea what this like. Yeah. But yeah, so the joke that I want to do, or like, again, the song was supposed to be a joke, right?
Yeah.
Like I talk about Vin Diesel in the song, right? Like I wanted to like perform the song like 12 times in a row, and that's the concert where like every time I introduce the song, it's like, this song was one of the first songs I made, and I hope you guys like it. Maybe you guys don't remember it, but the true fans will, and I do the song, and then I'm like, you guys need to help me out with this one. I I need the crowd to turn up with me, and then they'll be like, all right, then I'll like then part of the joke was like, I'll have like someone hold up a sign and say, hey, can I rap with you? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I go off stage and I bring Rajan, and Rajan raps the song with me or sings the song with me. So like,
that's pretty epic.
I don't know. I'll see how it goes. And
how do you handle like the nerves? Do you get nerves going up on stage?
Yeah, totally,
I
man.
was talking to JJ before this episode. I was like, what does Babbu drink? He's like, Babbu doesn't drink. I was like, there's no way he does what he does sober. There's just, I find that interesting that
hot
you
water.
have
Hot
that
water.
energy, the hot water right there to prove it. But do the nerves kick in for you?
all the time, like when we did Gita Brothers, I remember we had I had like a falafel sandwich at like for lunch, and we're performing at like 7, 8. My stomach was like when you're nervous, your stomach is F. But when you eat like something spicy and like and you're nervous, it's like
That's a bad
tornado
situation.
down
Long
there, right?
spaghetti.
Yeah, exactly.
This was for the Brampton show.
No, just throughout when we were
throughout.
even UK. Like every time we did it, like I would still be so nervous. Like, but the moment you like hear a crowd cheer, then it's like, all right, cool. I think I'm okay.
Kicks in.
Yeah.
I hosted an event with Fateh in New Jersey in Rutgers last year, or in April. I bombed. This was like the first time after COVID. Like I went up and I was like, I didn't know. I like literally froze. Like I had like a little joke intro planned out. I like sped through it. I got no reaction. I was like, oh man, this is terrible. Like I got to get back into it. But then I salvaged it. Got some people to start dancing. Yeah. Again, it was like a university party. People were like half drunk. They wanted to dance, and like I just like leaned into it. I was like, all right, F it.
Have you ever considered comedy for yourself? Stand up or any sort of like
stand up is a tough one because like I'm not that type of guy who can just like rehearse and practice bits. Like I'm better just like winging it.
Yeah, just turn the camera on and see what happens.
It's more a character than the joke kind of
thing.
thing.
Like for me, like it's hard for me to think of a joke and then plan it and rehearse it and do it as if it's natural. Like comics are really good at being able to like feel so natural even though they've rehearsed the shit out of their stuff, right? For me, like I can't do it. It's just like I think the comedy gets lost in that.
Yeah.
You know
You think you're more of a sketch comedy type guy?
Yeah, sketch. And like I have a joke where like or like a thing where if I were to do stand up, I would just like pretend to be a white guy the whole time and just say like really white jokes, racist jokes, and just pretend to be that white guy and just wing it the whole time and see what.
I could see you with like some like that Dave Chappelle type of sketch or like Tim Robinson kind of things.
Yeah, just natural and just kind of doing you.
But even Chappelle's like super rehearsed. Like those jokes aren't like like Dave Chappelle's the god because he can just. It seems like he's just talking to you right now, right? Whereas other artists they go fast. They touch every single beat so quickly. So like that's the part where I don't know. It's tough. But yeah, like the Rajan and BB stuff to me is like the comedy stuff that I really enjoy doing.
That's it's interesting that somebody like yourself can do so many different things at once and put so much energy to them. Because like the Rajan and BB, you do it to the fullest. The music, when you're doing it, it's to the fullest, you know. And with all that, how do you kind of find time for focusing? Like, how do you disperse your time between projects?
It's tough to focus because like again I had this like it was just always like stirring in the back of my mind, but like I was either doing like some other project or like something like some design work or whatever it would be, so like I didn't have time to do this. And then at one point I was like F it, I just need to literally close my door and just like focus and do this. That's kind of the best way I find is that like make a checklist or making like this book is like a lot of work, so like it's hard to do it all in like one go. But like the Rajan and BB stuff, like I'll write it out and then I'll film it and then edit it, and then if I need to film it again, I mean they're just puppets, so I can just literally just turn the camera back on and just do it again, and then spend like a day or two editing, do like sound design and all those types of things, and then put it out.
Some of the scenarios you come up with, Rajan and BB, like how's that happen? Like,
Yeah,
like I did like from like real life situations. Cause I know like there's one where Rajan and I think he has like a girl problem or something, and then BB comes in and comforts him. So like, how does that happen?
I honestly don't remember how that came about.
He's like true life story.
Well, yes, and I mean,
Anybody with baby mama drama, go watch that.
I mean, the thing is, like, my mom. Oh yeah, I guess I went through some shit, you know, and my mom was always just like comforting and nice, right? And my mom would say, "Move up and move on," right? That was like her kind of like, you know, just like whole slut to give me. So like, part of it was just like, okay, what if Rajan is like talk to like a girl, and even though he's like he thinks he's dating, like when kids are like young, like 10, 11, 12, like. Talking to a girl to them is like, oh, I'm good. That's my wife, right? So for Rajan to talk to a girl and like, make a plan, and she's probably like, yeah, okay, we'll see. And then he just, gets excited to go on this like movie date. Yeah, like I find, I think it's just embracing I get to channel being a kid again, which is funny. So like him watching the Avengers while being sad is like something probably kids are always just doing. They're always watching the Avengers, I imagine. So like, yeah, BB just consoling him, and BB's resolve is there's roti khala put, like don't worry, you'll be fine. Eat some. You're gonna love the sabji. The roti's lit, right?
The old Indian thing. Eat some food, everything will be okay.
Yeah, right. And it's like that was like kind of like a turning point for like the character developments where you actually see Rajan have some sort of like connection with his grandma that isn't.
Yeah,
like,
no, for sure. Yeah, because normally he's always like just like, oh, whatever, BB, and like this, he's like, oh, thank you, BB. It's cool. It's cool to see.
It's cool also because a lot of kids or even us
It's
growing up,
relatable.
we didn't realize when we were rude to our grandparents.
Yeah.
We'd live with them or we
yeah.
see them all the time, so we would say things. But growing up, you realize like,
Yeah.
yo, maybe I should have been a little
and
nicer.
the thing is, like with my like I didn't live with my grandma. She's still alive, but she lives with my cousins. But like when we would go there, like she was sweet, very kind, but also like like she would punch you if you messed up, right? So like I didn't have my BB wasn't 40 like that, but I've seen like other cousins or like friends of like I'd see their interaction with their grandmas and like they're like running around throwing like plastic bottles over, and the BB just kind of just like sitting there, just like I don't know what to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think I'm very observant in seeing like certain things and like, okay, I should, like I remember seeing like a kid just playing video games the whole time and his grandma's just sitting there, just like and that's I was like, that's literally Rajan and BB.
Yeah, when she wants to watch her shows.
Yeah, that too.
That and when she lost her glasses.
Yeah.
When she lost her glasses, that was
Nav.
That to me was like my favorite because like Nav's lit. Who doesn't like Nav? And it was just funny to see a kid want to be like him.
Yeah.
And he has like his grandma's glasses and like.
Has like, do you think Nav seen that, or has anybody ever reached?
I don't know.
out to
Nav commented on the
Gaddi Red.
Gaddi Red Challenger stuff. So that,
Oh, yeah.
that was
Oh,
jokes.
nice.
That's sick, man.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool if he sees it. I feel like he already knows who we are because like we were doing stuff when we were in our 20s and he popped off like 26, 27.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think he,
I think
I
he's
hope
pretty
he
in
sees
touch
it.
with what's going on,
That's cool.
especially
Yeah,
being
yeah.
from the city. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's on it. I
Yeah.
mean, swinging back right around to music, and we are a music-based show. We wanted to test your music knowledge, so we got a little game that we play here where we kind of figure out if our guest is up to the challenge of the coveted champion of
Yo, we
of the
haven't done
world.
this in so long, so don't pump me up right now. 'Cause I'm
So
kinda
he's
stressed.
dusty right now. So you have an
Yo,
opportunity.
all right. I'm
Can we before the Shazam? Can we get an acapella?
An acapella of.
Red Challenger.
Gaddi Red Challenger.
Yeah, we asked the producer, man. You
No, he's gonna do it.
Just
Cue
live,
it in,
man.
live.
Add the auto tune after.
let's do it.
Yo, first
You
off,
gotta get in character first.
I have to say before he starts, the way the autotune kicks in on his vocal, it's so off and on perfectly.
Didn't
Especially
I do that manually? Like I did. That was like
You did?
Yeah.
Who? I thought autotune was just like, man.
No. In the video, I did. Speak like I did it as a joke. Like the thing is, the whole song is like, a joke on like all like a lot of songs where like autotune is like cranked up.
Yeah.
The braggadocious is cranked up, and like yeah, the autotune is it's me literally doing it.
So you took it off of that part?
I think there's very little.
Because Fateh
autotune
must
on
have done the
He probably
autotune.
he was like, "Yo, you're hitting those pretty good." I'm like, "Oh, word." And then like he probably just added a touch, but it wasn't like it wasn't that part was manually done.
That shit is
What
hilarious.
is just on a side note? What is the record company? It looks like a phone number, and then it says Records DK.
It's DistroKid.
Did you change the thing? The YouTube account you're talking about?
No,
Oh.
on Spotify. I was looking at the.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can. Yeah,
Maybe I should,
we'll fix that.
All right.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So yeah, again, this was I think there's like different levels of like subscriptions you can have on DistroKid, and I'm like, I'm not. It's like you could put limited songs, whatever. And I'm like,
As a label, otherwise it shows up as like an individual.
yeah, like or there's like other packages where there's like more benefits, and I'm like, so I'm not gonna do this ever again. Like, I'm gonna spend money for. I'm like, all right, let me get the basic one.
Yeah.
And now it's the biggest song right now. I would say it's
huge.
It's huge.
It's all over
honestly,
TikTok.
the numbers grow every single
Little
day. Like,
Babbu's
more-
like
I literally
love
called
this.
JJ the other day because I had somebody that wants to get a Gaddi Red Challenger shirt, so I'm gonna talk to you about that.
yeah.
We're gonna get it signed.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, let's do the acapella, and then we got DJ
Yeah.
SP pulling up a track list for our game, and let's get it going.
You guys want to hear my new song? No. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I have to make more music now. So like, I'll see about.
You got it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
He's already got the second one, man. That's the crazy part.
Gucci chick.
Oh, yeah?
Gucci chick. All right.
Oh,
All right.
you guys heard it here first.
Yeah. Do I just do the chorus or do the like? This is
What do
Brampton.
you feel like?
Brampton ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੋਹਣੀਏ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ Gaddi Red Challenger Speaker च वजदी है. That's the chorus. Sanji जरूर support करो.
Yo,
नवा
make some
गाना.
noise for
Gaddi
that.
Red Challenger.
Let's
Love
go,
you, my
Babbu.
fans, so much.
Awesome.
That
कितना
is
support
awesome,
किता.
man.
I love it.
Let's take a quick break and we're going to be right back with what's the game called again?
Punjabi Shazam.
Come on, man.
Wow.
जद गड्डी विच पैंदा